I attended the Game Awards in person, and it was actually a pretty entertaining experience and something that I'm really glad that I was a part of. I'd argue it was one of, if not the best game awards that Jeff Keighley has ever put on. While it wasn't perfect, I think he did a really good job overall. It kept up good pace and it was very enjoyable. And wouldn't you know it, at the end of the night, the Game of the Year award winner went to Sandfall Games Clair Obscur Expedition 33. Now, I saw these guys when they were outside walking in. They were all dressed up together, and I'm like, oh, they are ready for this. They better not get snubbed, because if they don't win, it would be crushing to the legitimacy of the Game Awards. And that's not saying that the other games didn't deserve to win. I just feel like this was the game that was universally assumed to be the game of the year, which is a game that I would say, at least in my personal life, is a game that you look back at decades later, or in a year that you look back at saying, what was the game of the year? The game that defined that year that it came out. And while this year had incredible experiences across the board, this is the game that defined 2025. And you'd be hard pressed to argue that. Not to say the other games aren't good too, but this is the game that defined gaming. And this was the award speech, Sandfall Games accepting it. We'll take a brief listen here real quick.
A massive thank you to the players for all your covers, your fan art, your endless arguing about which ending is the good one. That's wonderful to read. Thank you so much. And I think that actions are worth more than words. So if you remember, we promised some content a few months ago. So I'm very happy to say that it's releasing now. And you can just go out and play. It's free. New weapons, new quests, new boss, so just the cool stuff. So just thank you so much. You changed our lives. You changed the studio's life, and it's really wonderful. So thank you, and for those who come after.
And it was so cool that they ended it saying those who come after. And a big surprise, too, is that in the victory speech, they're talking about how they announced that they're giving away free content with the game as like a cool reward. Like Wario says, Clair Obscur Expedition 33, thank you. Update out now. Full patch notes, new playable environment, brand new music tracks, which that's one of the best parts of the game is the music. Challenging boss battles within Endless Tower, photo mode, new text UI game localizations, quality of life, performance improvements, including for PC handhelds, deck verified. This is the trailer for it.
Kids.
It already has almost 500,000 views.
Yeah.
Look at the likes to dislikes. 40,000 likes to dislikes.
But he never showed it to me.
Oh, they got like a candy lid area.
And he wanted to escape.
Yeah, it's almost time to bring back Face Perry JT.
Nice try.
God, what a great game.
Let's dance.
Wow. Photo mode? You move it around the arena?
Ooh, you're an artist then.
That is cool. Damn. I love how they call it the thank you update, and they just dropped it out of nowhere unexpectedly. Grums, I don't know how the message can be any clearer. Indies and AA have won. Yote and Assassin's Creed Shadows have lost. AAA game formula isn't working. Layoffs, excuses about market conditions, and blaming toxic YouTubers, oh, I'm familiar with that one, are BS. Games made for 5% of AAA budgets are killing them. Now, Expedition 33, it allegedly came out the other day that this game cost around $10 million to make total. Compare that to, I don't know, Assassin's Creed Shadows, allegedly upwards of 250 million or more plus marketing. We have, what was Concord, 400 million, plus they purchased the studio for another 400 million at Firewalk Studios with Sony. And this game is going like crossing boundaries outside of gaming. It's gone to Major League Baseball. MLB posted, for those who come after the Game Awards as postseason 33. I was like, how cool is that? Now, being from Boston, I said, this would have been so much cooler if it was any other team because it's the Yankees, but still pretty epic. And also, McDonald's started, for those who come before 10:30 a.m., which I thought was pretty cool. We have a lot of people that are not enjoying this game. There's people that are very frustrated. I bet you won't do it. Says, hey, Smash, please do a video on Expedition 33 meltdowns so we can all have a laugh. This is fucking hilarious. This is something. Erica says, Expedition 33 is one of the worst games I've ever played, which, by the way, it's fine. You don't have to like it. I just think it's funny when people have to go on a soapbox when everyone else is enjoying a game to be like, stop having fun. I didn't like it. Everyone else is wrong. Pay attention to me because I'm different than you. It's always classic. Sikander, fuck Expedition 33 and its entire fan base. You See You Next Tuesdays made this entire show boring as fuck. Leon Kennedy was the only thing remotely interesting of the whole show. Okay, well, I'm glad you found something you enjoyed from it. My goodness. Olivia, congratulations to the white person game. Oh, so we're going to do that now. We're going to go that way. Okay. Discussing film. Clair Obscur Expedition 33 is won Game of the Year at Game Awards. No one's going to remember Expedition 33 within 4 months from now. Guys, I think I hate Expedition 33. Expedition 33, repeating. Holy shit, enough of this fucking game. Can Expedition 33 fuck off? Can Expedition 33 fuck off quote tweeting themselves with the, what is that, trans flag there, of course? Shocker. King K. Rule. Industry Plant 33 has one game of the... Tell me you're a tourist without telling me you're a tourist. Expedition 33 is Industry Plant. There are no words for that. I can't even address that. I feel like hiatus. I fucking hate Clair Obscur. I fucking hate Expedition 33. This Expedition 33 glazing is pissing me off. Oh man, there's a lot of angry people out there. Words of Paradise replying to the Olivia thing. You heard it here, blacks. Expedition 33 is a white person game by the decree of Whitey. If we catch anyone dark playing it, we are legally allowed to give you a public whipping to remind you of your place. Sorry, folks. I don't make the rules. I don't know. There we go. And then we got Zero. Hot take. No one deserves to win 11 awards. No game. It's unfair for any game to win 11 awards. It sounds like a crying baby that's just like having a pity party. Pay attention to me. Pay attention to me. Just imagine if one movie won half of all the Oscars. How many did Titanic win? I mean, I'm sure there's been multiple movies over the years. What are they talking about? I don't care how good Expedition 33 is. I mean, shouldn't how good it is matter when it comes to the awards? Like, shouldn't that be the priority of why it's getting the awards? It could be the best game ever to exist, but it shouldn't win 11 fucking awards. That is quite possibly the dumbest take I've ever seen. I feel like I say that a lot these days. There's a lot of bad takes. It got community noted. In fact, there are 3 films that won 11 Oscars each. Ben-Hur, Titanic, Lord of the Rings, Return of the King. Getting felted by community notes. It's classic. Grums, why do people hate this game so much? Oliver Campbell, they hate it because it disproved them completely, totally, and utterly that there's still a market for this kind of game. And it isn't small. They hate it because it proved that you don't need 500 plus bloated developers to make a game that is fun and enjoyable. They hate it because it proved that you don't need to blow $500 million on advertising to make it the next big thing. This was, by the way, a word of mouth game. It was one of those games that, like, I didn't see very much advertising anywhere for it. I really didn't. I think I heard about it from Hypnotic or when we were on SNH one night or something like that, and it was a trailer we played. And then it got gifted to me. I think Mr. Rouge gifted it to me. I didn't know much about it at all. I didn't do any research. I had no expectations going into it. And I turned it on and my life changed forever. I was like, this game is art. Not every game is art. This game, there's something very special about it. They hate it because it did the thing that you and others are saying. Make a fun game first. The rest will take care of itself. Very well said. Pirate Nation, Expedition 33, Sweep Award Show. Drop thank you patch with new map, new enemies, new skins, new photo mode. Charge $0. Refuse to elaborate for those who come after. Oh, it's so badass. And we will leave it at this, which is just the coup de grace, the cherry on top of the situation. So I posted the other day. IGN Japan rates Expedition 33 a 7 out of 10. 7 months later, IGN Japan names Expedition 33 their game of the year. IGN ignorance has gone worldwide. They gave it a 7. And then when the community came together, it was like, this game is the fucking balls. It's just amazing. They're like, oh, totally. I'm hip. I'm with it. How you do, fellow kids? Expedition 33 is our game of the year. Fucking embarrassing. How pathetic. How pathetic to do that. Just so on brand. But yeah, let this be your reminder. If you have not played Expedition 33 yet, play Expedition 33. This is, by the way, one of the biggest reasons why Game of the Year is so important to these studios. It is a massive boost in sales because now that it's actually been, quote unquote, officially settled from the Game Awards show from Jeff Keighley, people are like, oh, that must be pretty good. Everyone's talking about it. I don't want to be left out. I want to keep up with the Joneses. And then a whole nother slew of people that didn't play it initially want to find out about what they missed out on. And then this game turns into a massive, massive success. I think it already sold over what? I'm assuming because they announced 3.3 million. It's got to be over 4 million at this point. After this Game of the Year award, I wouldn't be surprised if it doesn't double in the next 12 months. Like, I'm not even joking. Maybe even more than that. This game is going to be remembered throughout history, as it should be, as one of the greatest games ever created. It's amazing. So yeah, I guess what I'm saying is play it. I'll leave that there. Over 5 million copies as of October, says Alucard. Wow. Well, there you go. I wouldn't be surprised if it's at 10 million at that point. Hypnotic and his panel said it last night, Expedition 33 is this generation's Chrono Trigger. They will be talking about it for decades. I said it was this decade's Chrono Trigger like 2 months ago, 3 months ago. I said that. God damn it. Stealing my shit again. But yes, I agree with them. It is this generation's Chrono Trigger. It is 100%. Like it gave me the same feeling that I had back in the day when I played Chrono Trigger for the first time. And for a while I was worried about like, did I outgrow that feeling with video games? It's like, no, they just went to shit. That's actually what happened because this brought me right back. I was like, here it is. This is amazing. Good shit. Recency bias. No, I thought it was recency bias, but the more time that passes, the more I think about it, the more I go back to it. When we were driving to the Game Awards last night, me and my son, I was playing the soundtrack to this game on the way up there. And my son was like, this is really good music. I'm like, it's amazing. I was like, this is that game that you saw me play when you came, because one of the nights I was playing, he came in and watched me play. He's like, wow, this game looks pretty fun. So now he wants to play it too at some point. Might still be a little bit advanced for him, but think he'd like it. Odin Darkle says, playing Chrono Trigger for the first time was a life-changing experience. It was. It was.